Start, as a clinician, it has been our focus to train parents, do caregiver training or parent training, and make sure that there is consistent follow-up of activities at home. It is always part of my goal to engage the parents and to make sure that they understand the role that they play in their child's development. Especially now that we're transitioning from traditional learning to home teaching, and the parents are the main teachers of their children. The main objective of Home Start is to provide assistance to guide the parents through instructional videos that I will be doing together with my daughter Brielle. So we're going to document our day-to-day experience, me as her teacher and as her mom, and Brielle is my student. Our primary consideration when we decided to homeschool Brielle is number one, her safety. Because I think for us parents, we only want the best for them, and we want them to be safe all the time. I think all the parents will agree when I say now that the safest environment for our kids to stay is at home. So the best option for us is really to be the teacher for them. Another thing is that if it's home teaching, it's one-on-one. So what are the advantages of that setup? So if it's like that, we can give our child immediate feedback. So we can provide assistance when needed. Also, we can immediately praise them or reinforce their behavior. But I also want the parents to know how you're going to provide assistance. So there is something that you need to learn about it. You cannot just like assist your kid all the time or be readily available all the time. Because if that's the case, sometimes they develop that dependence. So what happens is, instead of trying the things on their own, they will ask for your help first. So that's what we want to avoid. So I am encouraging the parents to provide assistance only when necessary. So the best person to tell if your child really needs help is you, because you know your child well. If you think kakayanin niya, then you let him. But if you think this area is one of his weaknesses, then you provide assistance. But you have to grade up a bit when you think you can do it already. How are you going to do that? I will provide another video focusing on providing assistance and reinforcements. So we'll try to focus on that in the following days. You can easily modify the activities or the lessons to match your child's current skills and abilities. So this is especially helpful for those families na may special kids, because they can challenge their kids if they want to, or they can lower down the demand to match the current skills of their child. When you're at home, you're actually free to use different approaches and techniques, as well as learning styles that works best with your child. So here you have to know your child's strengths and weaknesses. It is very important for you to identify if, for example, is your child a visual learner? Do you need to give movement activities or movement-based tasks and incorporate it during the learning process? At home, I think our child has a greater chance to develop independence and grow to become more confident. It is actually on how we train them. So that's why it's very important to let them do things on their own. Also, we don't force them to do things that we think they are not yet ready to do. And this helps them boost their confidence. We also try to encourage them to excel in areas that we know they like doing. Teaching at home can also be very fun for kids. We are not just confined in a classroom. We can actually go out, like for instance, we go together in a supermarket or a grocery store and then make that like a learning experience for our kid, and like an opportunity also for us to teach like math concepts or target skills such as organizing, decision making, and executive functioning. Another advantage is that we can use this learning moment to bond as a family. So we get to know our child better. We get to like grow them the way we want them to be, and we get to teach them the lessons in life, the values and the character that we want them to remember. So what are the preparations that we have to do? When you're planning to teach your child at home, it is very important to have a routine. So the question is, how do you establish a routine? First thing to do is to observe your child. You check what time he wakes up and then what time he sleeps at night. Then you observe also what is the time of the day he is most active and alert, or when is his downtime. Does he nap? What time do you take him a bath or feed him? Then build the routine around those times. Schedule your teaching time when he is most active and alert. We need to have some sort of consistency and some level of predictability in the activities that we're going to give our kids to increase their compliance. Having a routine also helps in developing a child's independence, because our child already has an idea about the lessons that he's going to study and the activities that he's going to do. He feels more comfortable. He is able to like prepare for it and become more confident. With routine, your child is also calmer and more settled. This is because he feels more in control. There is less fights or power struggles, and there are fewer instances of having meltdowns. We can also easily communicate if there is a change in schedule. Using the right tools like visual aids or schedule board, we can like communicate it more effectively to our child. When there is a routine, it is an advantage for us parents because we are more in control of our time. We can do things that we need to do during our kids' spare time. For example, we can try to work while we're giving our kid independent tasks, or we can schedule our kids' study time in the morning and then the afternoon for our work activities. You can also schedule your day ahead of time once a routine is set up. After establishing a routine, now what we're going to do is to make use of cues to learning. What are cues to learning? These are actually materials or set up that we're going to use to cue our child that it is study time and that I am not only your mom or your dad, I am also your teacher. The first thing that we can use is to set up at home. So what you're going to do is to try to choose a space at home. It can be a room, it can be a corner that you can like design. So when you ask your child to go to his study corner, he already knows what is expected from him. It is also recommended that you have your own schedule board. So how do you do it? I'm going to like set a different video for that. We will try to make a schedule board that I'm going to be using with Brielle. Aside from the usual books, workbooks, and worksheets that we're going to use to teach our child, I also suggest that you invest on having like educational toys to support their learning process. I am inviting parents to follow our Homestart channel. We will try to upload videos every day so that you get to see how we do it, how I teach Brielle, and how I incorporate basic techniques, OT techniques and strategies that has been proven effective in the clinic. Or you can follow our Facebook page. It's Homestart Lucena City.